Welcome to Bitcoin Las Vegas 2026. My name is Matty and I'm the CEO of a company called Consensus Protocol and the host of the Cypherpunk podcast. I am here with James Stevens, who's the founder and CEO of Krown Technologies and the driving force behind the Qastle wallet, a quantum secure Bitcoin wallet tackling one of the industry's biggest future risks. As conversations around Q-Day get more real, he's focused on making sure wallet security is ready long before it arrives. Welcome, my man.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me, man.
Love the show, I love it.
So what is Q-Day? Why should people care about quantum risk? How close are we really? So many questions. I'll let you just dive into it.
Yeah, so Q-Day is actually, for those that don't know, Q-Day is the day that quantum encryption reaches a point where it can break the encryption, the elliptical curve encryption that we know today, whether that's your banking infrastructure, whether that's your wallets now, whatever it may be, we know it as ECDSA, right? But that doesn't even matter really. What matters is that Q-Day is going to happen, and the time span has, the timeline has sped up.
Yeah, it seems like every couple of years we're hearing, oh, it's condensed from 3 decades to 2 decades, now they're saying 10 years.
Yeah,
so.
And every quarter now, what we're doing is moving it up a year, and here we are now in 2029, 2020, 2030, I feel it'll be 2028, and I always say that, this is what I always say, we only know what quantum will allow us to know, because it's so novel, it's so new, right? And every article that you see that comes out, whether it's Google's AI article, whether it's the new encryption break for the Bitcoin wallet 3 days ago, we're always finding out new things, and they're moving it up. And NIST, by the way, does not move up their standards for any reason other than clear and present danger that they see could be happening, right? So,
have you been following Nick Carter's work on all this?
I have some, yes, I have. Yes.
I know he's been very vocal in the Bitcoin community about this issue recently. I think the jury's still out for a lot of people. Like, is this something that we really should be super concerned with? But it seems like it's definitely something on the horizon at the very least.
Well, I'll tell you this, Bitcoin conferences, magazine, BTC would not have made Qastle Wallet the official quantum wallet of their conferences, and given the exclusive 6-year deal that they did, if they didn't know what we were building and what's coming, just like FIPS, just like NIST and the rest of the standardizations.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you guys are doing on top of the current existing Bitcoin infrastructure right now to be able to quantum-proof a wallet, because I know there's some BIPs and some proposals out there that are kind of being worked on by the devs.
Yeah, some of it's crazy, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine, could you imagine the impact it would have on freezing certain wallets or freezing assets in Bitcoin? It would absolutely drive some people crazy.
There's lots of different opinions from different sides on all this.
I totally agree with that. For us, however, the most important thing for us is that we secure Bitcoin and other crypto at rest in their store of value, right? So in the wallet itself, because that's where the real danger lies. It's not at the protocol level. Like I was saying on my keynote earlier, it's not at the protocol level. And Saylor said, oh, it's not whatever. He's right on that part. Yeah. But it is at the wallet level, at the key level, right? And so for us, it's about focusing on that first, and then we'll create what we need to moving forward from there. So, yeah.
So how does the technology work? Do you
Sure.
With a currently existing wallet, so I have my own, public-private keys.
Right.
What would I do to make the Bitcoin I have in that wallet quantum secure with Qastle?
Well, that's the beauty of it. Qastle is just about moving your crypto into the wallet itself, because that environment in the Qastle wallet is quantum secured. Let me explain how. So what we did was we took a lot of the FIPS, I guess it would be their recommendations, and we took everything like dilithium and Sphinx and Kyber and all that. Now we took what the world knows, a lot of people in this industry know at PQC, and we put them where their strong points are, right? But then we went even further. We went at the hardware level where we offered true entropy with regard to key generation. And we did that with our partners at Quantum Emotion, with Dr. Francis Bolito as the CEO, a good friend of mine too. But now we offer a nearly unbreakable, so superior to any other wallet currently, right? And so that was really important, and we just announced that 5-year partnership as well. So.
Okay, interesting. Really Some of the quantum secure blockchain wallets I've looked at in the past have had so many characters instead of is that what you guys are doing, something similar to that, or is it different?
You don't have to have that with it. Yeah, you don't have to have that. And
it was here's your public and private key, and it's 5,000 numbers and letters.
Yeah, and it takes your computer about 5 seconds to read it because it's so long. No, you don't have to do that, man. Not with Qastle. And the other thing too is, we have true quantum random number generation. We don't have pseudo random number generation. A lot of people that claim the quantum resistant aspect of it, they may have one PQC algo, they may have 2, and that's fine. We have 7. Right, with hardware entropy. So that is really the distinguishing factor with regard to Qastle and the rest of them.
Are you guys making the private keys longer though than what the current Bitcoin private keys and public keys are, or
it's totally random. It's as random as the universe itself, and that's the beauty of it, right? Because what you just said, it tells me what we've been programmed to think, right?
Yeah.
And so the answer is you never know for us. You never know what the privates are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So even you as the individual who has the wallet, you don't even know how many keys
until
you have.
Until you call it.
Until you authorize it, right? Until you make a transaction.
Right.
Okay.
You'll
Now,
never know.
so do you guys have you said you were mentioning a hardware device? Do you have the hardware device?
Yes.
Can I look at it?
Well, I don't have it here. I don't have it.
We got to show the people.
But I will say this: Excalibur is the name of the cold wallet that's coming out.
Okay.
With a full stack quantum encrypted chip, with its full stack of it, PQC. So we will have that soon. It is in prototyping right now. We're hoping to have it for BTC 27.
Okay.
If we do,
Super interesting.
you're the first one I'll call to interview for.
All right, cool. I've got a lot of, I have like a sub company that we do where we partner with people to do mining operations and stuff, and a lot of our high net worth investors are, sending me all these emails about this quantum stuff.
Yes,
They really want to know what's going on,
Yes,
and I'm telling them, hey, listen, I'm keeping my eye on this. I don't, this isn't necessarily a problem today, right? But it's something that is on the horizon that, we've got all this Bitcoin we've been mining at all these different locations and sites for you guys that, they want to make sure everything's secure, right?
That's true.
I try to, walk them through that, how to do that, and this seems like a very interesting project you guys are working on.
And it's just it's a very small part of our ecosystem. So we're a layer 1 blockchain. We're a layer 1 quantum blockchain.
Interesting.
And people always ask me, they say, well, give me the 10-second spiel. The 10-second spiel is, we're a layer 1 quantum secured blockchain. If you can imagine the human body as the chain, inside of that chain are the organs. We have 32 organs, right? Or ecosystem products, platform services, and they all feed back into that chain, right? But they're all quantum secured. So that's the beauty of that.
How does your layer 1 blockchain work? Are you guys proof of work, proof of stake?
We're a hybrid. We're hybrid proof of stake. Yep. I can't go into all of it, and the reason why is because of what we're working on proprietarily and patent. We're in the patent phase right now, so I have to be really careful.
Is there a proof of work aspect? I'm a miner, so I like to get involved in different projects on the proof of work side.
My attorney, I got to be really careful. Legal's going to be on me for that. But I'll tell you what. If I can answer part of that or how I will.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Okay. All right. Well, let me know when I can get some miners pointed at it.
Oh, I've got
if
you.
There's a way,
I got you. Don't worry. We'll get each other's nose contact. Got you, man.
All right. Cool. So with Bitcoin, they're working on some stuff inside the protocol itself. But my understanding is this is a tool that you can use today to secure your Bitcoin. And I just learned about this today, so I'm really interested and I'm hoping to learn more. So I'm going to dive down this rabbit hole a lot more.
Yes, I hope you do. Qastle, the beauty of Qastle is it's ready today. We don't have to sit here and wonder about what the migration plan is with the threat vector, right? It's here.
So if people have Bitcoin today that they want to, make sure it's quantum proof, because we don't know, it could be 5 years, could be 10 years, could be 8. We have no idea, right? But we're estimating, we can kind of, it's moving up, but we don't really fully know.
Right.
But for people to feel secure today, if tomorrow Q-Day occurred, which, obviously the whole world would be at risk if that happened. There's banks and there's, military stuff. So, Bitcoin is, to us, it's everything, but to many people, it's like, just a blip on the radar. They don't even know that we're here in Vegas with, 30,000 people or whatever.
Even though you're talking about,
1 trillion, 2 trillion. What's 1 to 2 trillion in the drop of a quadrillion when the Fed can just press a button and make 5 trillion out of thin air?
I think
add a bunch of zeros on a screen.
Yeah, but I think for me it goes more to that, and it really speaks to like the reason and the catalyst for Krown, which was, we owe it to our investors. We owe it to the people who have put their hard-earned dollars, into your company or your product, right? Who believe in Bitcoin and invested. It was, whether it's $5 or $5 million, we owe it. We have an obligation to them to do the best that we can to protect them. Because myself, I was a victim. I was a victim of a hack and of fraud, and that's actually what kind of steered me into it, being in it for 10 years.
So fortunately, we've got we run a local Bitcoin meetup down in South Florida where we live, and I just drilled into my people, listen, do not give anybody your seed phrase. Anything you receive is a scam. Do never put your seed phrase anywhere. And just, at least once a year we get somebody or, one of our longtime members recently just totally fell for a quantum scam. It's like, I've told you this for years, don't do it, and
went back.
they prey on vulnerable people.
100%. I have a young daughter, and I always tell her, you know, she's almost 10. I say, "What's the #1 rule in crypto, baby?" And she goes, "Never give out your seed phrase." I was like, "That's my girl," you know.
We do that every Bitcoin meetup,
and we
they still get them. I don't know. It's
they do though.
Yeah.
But we had a holder, a Krown holder. He was scammed out of a lot of money, high 5 figures amount of money. Out of his wallet. I was able to go in, you know, my background's in forensics, investigation, and cryptography, right? So we went back, we was able to get it back, figured out, I had the right contacts, we were able to get his money back.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. He's here today, he's actually here today.
How'd you guys do that? Did you just follow it on chain and find it to an exchange?
Shout out to our liaisons over in Africa, over in Ghana. We have a great network of people in law enforcement in the global community. So
that is unbelievable. Yeah. Maybe I'll put you in touch with one of our Bitcoin people. I mean I have the bad news of her coming to my office and having to tell her you just fed somebody's entire village for 6 months in Africa or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no way you're getting this back, but
there is a way that you can. But
okay.
There's very specific ways you have to do it, and we couldn't even get the funds back until it cleared certain legal hurdles, which is crazy because these scum, they steal their money, right? And then we have to go through that. But anyway, it's a great story. I hope to be able to tell it one day in full. For sure.
Wow, I'd love to hear more about that. That's incredible. Because I don't think I've ever heard a successful recovery story from somebody being scammed. That's wild. So what else are you guys working on in the Krown ecosystem? Tell me about Krown. What is Krown, man?
Okay. So there's Krown Technologies, which is the parent company, right? And underneath that is Krown Network. Now Krown Network is, like I said, it's the layer 1 blockchain. It's a gated chain, so it's a premium chain. We do all the due diligence on all the projects and companies that are going in. We're building the RWA and the tokenization platforms. We have companies in mining, like emerald mines, diamond mines, lithium companies, rare earth metals. That are coming on board, right? And so what we want to do
is this an Ethereum-based chain, or is it?
It's its own chain. It's a layer 1 chain.
So it's an L1, but you're not using. That's what I was going to ask. Basically, I was getting at. Are you guys using similar EVM technology, or?
In a way, but only a small piece of it allows that communication. Okay. The rest of it's ours.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so what we're doing is we're gating that, and we're allowing people. We want people to be able to come to Krown and be like, I know what's on that, man. That's some badass shit. It's like this, and they feel good about coming to it, right? Not some meme coin crap chain, that's turned itself. That's what our aim for is.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is that, getting, organic adoption and getting people involved in that? I know it's always been very difficult from different projects that I've looked at or, mined early on or been part of the community. It's how do you build that grassroots adoption for those use cases? What are you guys doing on that front right now to develop your ecosystem?
That is one of the best questions I've had at Bitcoin, so I want to thank you for that. It started off with 5 people. All right, myself, my wife, and 3 people that were a part. They knew, I've been in the scene for almost 10 years, but it was behind the scenes. But they knew me, and before I could get the words out, I was like, I'm doing something I would like I'm in. So it started off with those 3 people. And then it was family, friends, colleagues, all that, and we really grew a grassroots effort. 2,000 people I know in the last 9 months that we've grown in our little groups. But we have almost 49,000 holders now. So we're continually growing. But how you do that is, and I always say this, is you have to be honest, you have to be transparent, and then I have 2 acronyms that are extremely important. I charge every one of my team members with this. I don't care if you're my COO, Jerry Legace, or my CFO, Craig Irvine. It's ROI and ROE. That's rate of innovation and rate of execution. If you say you're going to do something, do it.
Yeah, you got to execute on that roadmap that you provide, or people will get very upset.
Yeah. Hey man, I want to listen. I know they're killing us on the time here.
Are they? Okay.
But I know, dude.
Wrap it up. But I can talk to you for another hour.
But I want people to know who you are. So tell them who you are.
Yes. Yeah. So my name is Matty. I'm the CEO of a company called ConsensusPro and curated mining, where we do mining deployments. But I also have a really cool podcast called Cypherpunked and a media brand called Protocol Pulse. We just brought in, I think, Gary Leland, Larry Lepard, Bob Burnett. They have the Bitcoin Boomers podcast. But I'm just grateful to be a part of this wonderful community and on the ground floor of this innovation of Bitcoin, and I'm just blessed to be a part of all this. So it was nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you too. Pleasure. And I want to let everybody know, don't forget, I'm James, I'm part of Krown Network, and we always have to ask, which is our trademark slogan, what's in your bag? Have a great day, everyone.